On last live, I talked about how we have these different modalities that we use to get information. We have Reiki, we have psychics, we have journaling, we even have meditation. But a lot of times people forget about their dreams. Dreams are not really spoken of much out here in society. And as an avid dreamer who for over 3 decades have harness the power, the wisdom, the knowledge, the clarity through my dreams. I know the power of dreams. And so that's why I do the work that I do. I share the information that I have experienced through dreams and just through life. And so if you want to learn more about the work that I do, the clients I serve, and how I can support you, you can visit my website, which is clarifyyourdreams.com. So we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. So last week, like I said, I shared 10 reasons why you don't dream or you can't remember your dreams. And so if you haven't seen that live, make sure that you go check it out. So tonight we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why you should pay close attention to dreams that make absolutely no sense. And so for me, let me tell you, so yesterday for Mother's Day, I had my branch of the family tree, my offsprings. We got together for Mother's Day and I asked everyone to wear white. And this year I wanted to do something very different. I wanted to bless and affirm my children and my grandson, who's another branch of my tree. And I wanted to give them spiritual gifts, meaning just covering them with prayer, affirming them, denouncing things that show up in our bloodline as curses, divorce, suicidal thoughts, so many things. And I just cleansed them through prayer. And then I washed their feet, I washed their hands, and I washed their eyes, with water, and then just pray for them collectively and individually. And it was a very emotional experience. We did a lot of forgiveness work there as well, and it was a blessing. But then it also opened us up to these feelings, that we need to continue to process. But we committed to one another that we would work through the process. So when I got home, my daughter, she gave me this beautiful book that she made for me. Just want to share this book. My middle daughter, this book for me, and she had it illustrated, and it was my Mother's Day gift. Hey Maya, thanks for joining. And so when I got home, and you have to process the night, see the highlights, and see, just break down everything. So I eventually found myself going to sleep. And so in my sleep, I had a series of dreams that they just didn't make any sense. They were all tied together, but there were different elements of the dream that it just didn't make sense. Like I remember one scene in the dream, I was holding some hail in my hand, and the hail was like a size of a baseball. And the dream, and one of the components of the dream was me and my mother. We were driving in the car. I was driving, my mother was in the car, and Samantha was in the car, and we were trying to get her to the bus stop. And when we got her to the bus stop, we realized that we were early. And when we left, I made the decision I would just take her to school. When I left and I was driving, I remember looking at the clock in my car, and the clock said 10:45. But what happened was we forgot to move the clock forward, so the time had changed. So we were out of sync with time. Good evening, Miss Leslie. That was another component. And then another component of the dream was I was riding down the highway, and there were these big tractor trailers, but there was this one on the other side of the highway that was extremely huge, and it had like a lot of those cargo things on top of it. And I remember looking at it, and the highway had a lot of open space, but it was a lot of cars. And I was like, wow, I hope that thing doesn't topple over. And while I'm looking at it, this tractor trailer in front of me, it just stops abruptly and it starts turning. And there was nowhere for me to go. So I had to go into hit the thing. But I remember when I was riding, it was like it was slow motion or something. And I was trying to make my car go under the tractor trailer. And so that part of the dream went away. And then I woke up in this unknown place. So I was badly injured in the car accident. So I'm just sharing different elements. I'm not going to interpret the dream because I'm still opening, my heart is still open to receive the interpretation from God, but it's dreams like that. So when I woke up in the morning, I was like, man, that dream, because the part where I woke up and I was in this unknown place and the people were trying to help me remember my name and they were trying to have me recount what happened. And I remember the police were called and I was talking to a policeman. I remember looking him dead in his eye and it was like he was trying to signal to me that something, I felt unsafe in the place. And so they couldn't find my car and they were telling me, we're going to use another car that looks like your car and we're going to say that's your car. And I remember saying, no, my car, my license plate is I dared. You don't see that car out there? So somebody had taken my car and moved it. It just, the dream did not make sense. And then I went in this room, come to find out the room was haunted and there was these things trying to get me to suppress my story. And I found it interesting because of the night that I had with my daughters, the prayer and how we spent Mother's Day. And so when you wake up from a dream, first I want to say dreams are like puzzles. Every piece, each symbol, each audible piece, each action that takes place in the dream, they are a piece to the puzzle. And sometimes when you wake up, you know that there's an impression from the dream. You feel the weight, you feel the emotion is still on you, and it's like you feel kind of haunted, and you feel very jumpy, and you're eager to understand what the meaning is, but there's a divine time for that. But I just want to talk about how we should pay attention to those types of dreams, especially when you've had an emotionally charged event happen in the day. Hey, Teresa, or you're processing something that's happened in the waking life and the dream just doesn't seem to be tied to what's occurring. So one of the reasons why you want to pay close attention to dreams that don't make any sense is because the exploratory journey, when you go and you explore what the possible meanings are, it's very fun. It's very educational. It opens your eyes to all this information that you would not have even come in contact with had you just ignored the dream and you just brushed it off and said, that was a weird dream. I don't know what it means, but I'm not going to devote any time to trying to figure it out. When you take that journey to go deeper, what you do is you recognize that the connections between dream messages and your waking life experiences, they're very exciting. Just think about how exciting it is I remember dreaming about a bunch of change, and I thought, oh, I got a bunch of money coming. It was at the top of this year, which I'm in a personal year one, and a personal year one is all about change. But to find out, through your dreams, oh, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. This is what I can expect. I mean, it helps you to be able to understand yourself. You develop a deeper understanding of yourself. You discover or reconnect to your current location in life. Where am I? What should I be focused on? It helps you to be able to make intentional actions and make decisions that's going to support the greater vision. So as you explore and you begin to take these pieces of your dream and you put them together through questioning, there's questions that you can ask yourself, there's questions that you can ask God through prayer for the revelation. You develop a deeper awareness about waking life complexities. When I think of hell, just on a preliminary basis of looking at that dream, hell can cause a lot of damage, and then it could be an interchangeable thing of hell and then the hell that's talked about in the Bible, holding that in my hand, holding destruction. What does hell represent. Hell represents torment. Hell represents things that can cause you to be destroyed, your mind, your dreams. It's a place that you will never escape from, and so just being able to, oh, okay, well, if let's look at it from that perspective. If it's talking about that hell, am I holding hell in my hand? And if I am, what hell am I holding in my hand? What situations do I have in my life that are tormenting me, that are making me feel destroyed, that's causing me to feel like I'm cast down, I'm forgotten, the things that, how the Bible describes hell. Or if I look at it from the perspective of, okay, hell, like the hell that comes when a storm is occurring. Hell can damage your car and cause you to have a lot of, hey, Alicia, cause you to have a lot of repair work that needs to be done. And so then that makes you think about protection. Do I need to protect myself from this hell? Is a storm coming? Where is this, the timing of when the hell appeared in the dream? So it's fun to go down and the line of questioning to get a deeper understanding of, okay, what is this dream saying to me? The misalignment with the time, that is definitely representing generations. Me, my mother, and my daughter, that's 3 generations in the car. And then I dealt with generational curses in my prayer when I was covering my children and my grandson last night. The timing is something to do with time. And so now let's go explore, how could this be connected to my waking life? And so it's literally like putting together a puzzle, and it's fun, and you get to expand your thought process. You get to expand your understanding of your life, and the different meanings that symbols can have. And so the first reason I shared of why you should pay close attention to dreams that make no sense is because the exploratory journey is fun. It helps you to develop a deeper understanding of yourself, of God, and a deeper awareness about waking life complexity. So the number 2 reason to pay close attention to dreams that make no sense is because there is a powerful revelation waiting to be revealed to you. So the subjective experience of relevance combined with the conscious inability to pinpoint meaning is a clue that a dream is significant. So just the experience of the relevance, like dealing with the generations in the curse, in the dream. I'm sorry, y'all, forgive me, I'm really tired. So we won't be here for a long time tonight. But the experience, looking at it, and the relevance of the experience, the dream experience, combined with the conscious inability to pinpoint the meaning, that's letting you know, okay, I need to pay attention to this thing. Let's one of the activities that I do with my clients is like a brain mapping type of thing, exploring the possibilities of what this dream meaning can have for your life. And it's really amazing to see the revelation that comes forth. As you're talking through your dreams with an interpreter or with God, the Holy Spirit can reveal things to you through His Word, through previous experiences. But it's very, I just lost my train of thought, y'all. It's very important to pay attention to those clues, just knowing that that's a clue. I put down the part of your mind that creates your dreams has a stronger awareness of certain kinds of information and certain levels of understanding than your subconscious mind. So like our minds, the way God created our bodies, our minds are beyond powerful. Our minds, I did a study on the brain just because I'm just nerdy like that. I just like to learn. I just really do like to learn. But I did a study on the brain, and just our brains soak up. The way we process information And we don't think that we're doing, like, while I was talking to you, I saw the mail lady walk past, and just the way to process her, seeing her suit, her uniform, all of that, it was quick in my brain. And our brains store information, and it's broken up in, two parts. I won't go into the subconscious and the conscious mind, but I'm saying that to say that our brains have a lot of information in it. And so our dream mind, it goes to these different experiences in our minds, and it brings up symbols and things from our past experiences, past engagements that we've had, people that are from our past, and it'll bring them up, past and present, and so the part of our brain that creates the dream, it has a stronger awareness. So the fact that it has a stronger awareness of the kinds of information and certain level of understanding, that's all the more reason why when you have a dream that you completely do not understand, you want to start working to understand what that dream is, because there's revelation waiting to be revealed to you. And so just going to recap before we get ready to close out. But if you think of any questions, please type it in the chat. I will be happy to answer your questions. So the first reason I shared is as to why you should pay attention to dreams that don't make any sense, is that it's an exploratory journey that is filled with fun. It's filled with awareness. It's filled with aha moments. It's filled with just awareness, deeper awareness, and deeper understanding. And so just for the fun of it, even if you have to use Google and say, why did I dream about a car hitting me from the back? Or why did I dream about stepping on somebody's toes? Just see what it offers you, and then work from that angle to see, okay, how does this connect to my waking life? Don't just disregard the dream and be frustrated and say, I don't understand what it means. Or you can, like I said, reach out to me and I will offer you the support that you need. And then number 2 was, there is powerful revelation waiting to be revealed to you. And so by diving into that dream that you don't understand, picking out the different elements. Okay, this was in there. I was doing this. Somebody said this. I thought this, because I remember in the dream that I had last night, I thought, man, I hope when I move out of state, that the traffic there is not as bad as the traffic here, so paying attention to all that type of stuff, the busyness of the highway, that truck, what does that truck represent? Like, what am I trying to avoid hitting? Am I trying to avoid anything in my life? What present dangers are right there in front of me? So those type of questions can give you more information. It can reveal more stuff to you. And so number three, and let me know if this is making sense to you, if it's jogging anything in your memory that is helpful, or just anything that's coming up. Please forgive me for being so tired. It's been a very, very busy weekend. And so once we're done here, I'm going to take myself to bed. But number three, and I just want to know if this information is helping you or not. Number 3 is, growth is on the other side of the meaning. So breaking down complex dreams, it builds character and it builds confidence. When you can start to see the synchronicity between your dream message and your waking life, and you through God, through the Holy Spirit helping you get that information, it increases your confidence to be able to figure other things out in life, and I want to give you just 2 tips on how you can tell if the interpretation is for you. So dreams can have many interpretations, because like I just said with hell could mean hail from the storm. Hell could mean hell that's referenced in the Bible, so one of the ways that I encourage my clients when I'm working with them to tell if this dream is aligning with their waking life is to I just lost my train of thought. No, it's to pay attention to how your body feels. So if something resonates with you, you'll feel like this acceptance in your body, like nothing in your body will resist the message. Nothing in your body will repel the message. You'll feel safe with it. You'll feel like, okay. But if there's a part of you that says like, that don't make sense. It doesn't mean, because I had a client who I had given a reading to. We had a session and she didn't agree with what was revealed through me to her. And so I just told her to sit with it. So it doesn't mean that the interpretation isn't correct if it doesn't sit, if it doesn't, you don't receive it or it doesn't make sense. Sometimes further things need to be revealed to us, so if you're working with me or you look on Google or you have a dream book and it just doesn't make sense, then that's where you have to go into prayer and ask God to make this thing plain to you so you can really understand what the dream is saying to you, and you can really get the wisdom, the value out of the dream that the dream is offering to you. And so that's all I had tonight, y'all. I know it's good information, it's powerful, it's just not as long. But I just want to recap. So last week we started out talking about 10 reasons why you may not dream or you cannot remember your dreams. And then I offered you some tips on how to, I'm just trying to find my notes here in my handy dandy notebook. All right. And then I share with you 3 tips on how you can start dreaming and remembering your dreams. And then tonight I talked about 3 reasons that you want to pay close attention to dreams that you don't understand, that don't make any sense. Sorry, I think it's the same thing. But any questions before we go? Any thoughts, any questions? Did you find tonight's live helpful? I promise I'll get be rested up and ready for y'all next week, because I really do look forward to these sessions. I don't do lives often, but I love doing them. I love teaching. I love sharing. I love supporting people in their growth and on their journey. And so just let me know if there are questions, like specific questions that you want me to answer, because that's what the last session is going to be. So the last session is going to be on the holiday, May 27th, I believe. Yeah, that's a Monday. And it's going to be a Q&A. So if you have questions that you want to ask me about dreams, send them to me. You can inbox me. You can inbox me on my personal page or through here. Any questions. No question is off limit. So that's what the last live is going to focus on. All the questions that you have. So if you had a dream about X, Y, and Z, and you, girl, what could this mean? What does this mean? Those are the questions you want to send to me. You had a dream your left leg got amputated. Those things. Why I dreamed that I was kissing my ex-boy. Those are the things you want to send me. And I'm going to answer them. But you want to get them to me quickly, so that I could be prepared to answer you. So thank you all for joining tonight. Please share this live with your community, with your friends and your family, so that they could be blessed by this information too. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go on over there, subscribe, Dare to Dream with Cynthia Newell. And I have some great things coming up later this year for you. So that's it for tonight, everyone. I hope you have a great evening, and thank you again for joining. Good night.